Are you comfortable with being interviewed on my YouTube channel?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Are you a cigarette smoker?
Definitely not.
Okay. So when you talk to smokers, do you acknowledge that they smoke cigarettes?
Yeah, you can always tell, like, the smell is definitely on them. It's not something I'm interested in.
Okay. Okay. So if you met your dream guy and you later found out that he was a smoker, then what?
Hell no. That's a no-go for me. Definitely, I can't do smoking.
Okay, it's a deal breaker.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So even if he took extra steps, to make sure that the cigarette smoke didn't bother you at all, like chew gum, cleaned his hair, wash the clothes, make sure the house don't smell like smoke, you still can do it?
That's the one thing about smoking, is that it never goes away. It does stay on your walls. It does stay on your clothes. It's definitely always there no matter what. So I definitely couldn't live like that.
Okay. So you've never dated a smoker then?
No, I haven't.
Okay. So do you have any positive thoughts about smokers?
No, I don't.
Okay. The next question I have is, do you think money is an issue, like, for smoking?
Yes, definitely. You're spending like $10, $11 on a pack of cigarettes when that could be saved and spent towards something more valuable.
Okay. All right. Do you think it's fair for someone to start dating a smoker, and then after they start dating the smoker, then the person that start dating them to ask them to stop smoking? Is that fair?
It is fair, because it does affect your life, and it definitely affects, like, later on down the road. But that's your choice. You have to be open to them saying no, that they don't want to stop smoking. So if you're okay with that, then you can go ahead and do that.
Okay. Has anyone ever tried to get you to smoke?
Yes. High school, definitely.
High school? So did you try it?
I did, and it was a horrible experience.
Okay. And so you didn't continue?
No, I didn't at all.
Okay. All right. So do you have anything else to add about smoking and dating? Smoking cigarettes?
Don't smoke. Don't start it. It's a bad habit. And your teeth will be yellow. And your fingernails will be black.
I have your permission to interview for my YouTube channel?
Of course, definitely.
All right. So I want to start by asking you, are you a cigarette smoker?
I am not.
Okay. When you talk to smokers, do you acknowledge that they're a smoker?
Not really. It's something of personal choice. It's definitely like something, if you want to do, go ahead and do it. I'm not gonna, point it out, or if I'm hanging out with somebody, I'm not really gonna, criticize them or anything like that. I just kind of let them be and let them do. But I personally don't like the smell, though. That's the only thing. But I had two parents who big cigarette smokers their whole life, so I'm kind of used to it by now. But yeah.
Okay, wonderful. So have you ever dated a smoker?
I have not actually. I have been with women who have smoked, but I've never actually been around somebody full time who has smoked. So in the sense of, like, I've never had a long-term partner who is smoking, but I've been with women who have smoked before, and you can obviously tell that, making love and doing as they do, as couples do. So.
Okay. So because your parents did smoke, you can see the positive and the negative side of smoking cigarettes.
Definitely. The positives, there's not many. Like my mom, for example, she's an administrator, right? And she doesn't smoke all day long, but she just comes home and has the cigarette. But she can go do things without having the cigarette there. So I feel like that's kind of a positive in a sense. I mean, it's not the most healthiest outlet, but of course the negative health effects, follow in with that. So, and of course, money is also a huge negative of smoking cigarettes. So.
Okay. Do you think it's fair to start dating a smoker and then ask them to stop smoking for you, like because you really want to be with them?
Yeah, see, that's definitely a very subjective question, you know. That's something it really depends, I guess, on the person and themselves. If they're willing to give it up and they know that it's becoming a hindrance in our relationship, you know, then I'll definitely speak up and let them know. But majority of the time, you know, that's like one of the last things I really care about, you know. But
Okay.
it's also, though, at the same time, something that's kind of important because, you know, clean hygiene and stuff like that really doesn't follow cigarette smokers. So.
Okay. Has anyone ever tried to get you to smoke?
No, I think when I was like younger, you know, there was like cigarettes around. I remember like taking a drag of one before. I wouldn't say I like inhaled it because I was like 11 or 12. But yeah, the cigarettes actually weren't that big when I was younger. They were just kind of around, but nobody, you know, was needing to get them, and nor did we want to make them a part of our lifestyle. It was just something that we experimented with at the time. So, yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Okay. So is there any last thoughts you would like to share with the audience?
Yeah, definitely. If you're smoking anything in that sense, definitely have the intention behind it. Know why you're doing it and exactly why it's a part of your lifestyle. Don't make it a robotic part of your day. You know, don't make it a part of who you are as a human being. And I believe that just intention is incredibly important. So, because everybody is incredibly different. So, thank you.
Thank you. Are you comfortable with being interviewed for my YouTube channel?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you a cigarette smoker?
No.
No?
I don't do that. I don't
Okay.
do that.
When you talk to smokers, do you acknowledge that they're a smoker?
They smell like a cigarette, then yeah. But if they ain't smoked a cigarette, no.
Okay. Have you ever dated a smoker?
No, that's not my thing. I don't get down like that. I think that's kind of disgusting,
Oh, okay.
if you know what I mean.
Do you have a negative, do you have a negative and positive outlook on smoking
I don't
cigarettes?
think you can have both.
You can't have
You only
both?
have one that's negative. I don't think you have a positive on a negative, you know.
So you don't think that it can be even?
No. No, it's either you don't like it or you do.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
I don't think you can, you know, say you like it, then you don't like it. You know, it's a contradiction. I don't do that.
Do you think money is an issue for smokers?
Yeah, I think so. You know, it's expensive. And people out here buying packs of cigarettes, but they ain't putting gas in their car, you know. So,
Okay. Is it fair to start dating a smoker and then ask them to stop smoking? Do you think that?
yep,
is
because
fair?
if they like you or love you enough to, you know, you have a comfort zone, you know. It's like when a man dates a woman and he says, I don't like your outfit, she changes the outfit. If she does not change the outfit, she obviously don't care about him that much to, you know, his feelings. You know what I'm
Understandable.
saying? Yeah.
Okay. Has anyone ever tried to get you to smoke
Yeah, and I broke the
cigarettes?
cigarette. I broke it. And I stepped on it.
You broke the cigarette.
Mhm.
Okay.
Snapped it in half, and I gave him $1 for the cigarette too, because you know smokers they get mad about their
Oh, yes.
cigarettes.
Oh, yes.
Can't break no cigarette. You can't even.
This is true.
You tell a smoker to stop, they acting like you done told them they a devil worshiper or something. You feel me? It's
Yes.
crazy. You can't do it.
Understandable.
Mhm.
Okay. So I thank you very much, Sean, for your
no
interview. And do you want to leave them with any lasting thoughts?
Oh yeah, look, man. If you want to be, you know, healthy, and you know, keep money in your pockets, stop smoking cigarettes. You know, you ever see the commercial with the guy with the hole in his neck?
Yes. Yes. I
I want to be like that, you know. Because people out here nowadays spending money on cigarettes, and it's just not cool. And what did they do in New York? They raised the taxes on it, right? Because the guy had gotten lung cancer or something, and 21 and up, right? And the guy got lung cancer, so you gotta, yeah. He said if you want to smoke, you gonna pay this extra price, you know.
Okay.
That's what it gotta be. So
Pretty much.
my opinion is, stop smoking.
So are you comfortable with being interviewed for my YouTube channel?
Yes,
Thank you. Thank you so much. Are you a cigarette smoker?
absolutely.
Okay. Have you ever thought about dating a cigarette smoker?
I've thought about it, I've never done it though.
Okay. When you talk to a smoker, do you acknowledge that they're a smoker?
Because I think it's a very important nugget of information to know about somebody before you decide to date them.
Okay.
That's one of the first questions I ask.
Okay. Have you ever, oh, so you never dated a smoker then? Okay. Do you have a negative or positive outlook on smoking cigarettes?
Not negative or positive, it's just, it's one of those things I just don't like. But it's not like I hate it if you smoke, but it's just not negative or positive, just one of those things.
Okay. Do you think money is an issue for smokers?
Yeah, I think money can become an issue because cigarettes is $10 a pack.
Yes.
And, cigarette smokers smoke 3 or 4 packs a day. That's $40. So yeah, it's definitely an issue, but I think when you get into the idea of smoking, that's on the risk you take. So I don't feel bad.
Okay. Understandable. Is it fair to start dating a smoker, then ask them to stop smoking?
I don't think it's fair to ask them to change their lifestyle for you. But if you fall in love with a smoker, that's one of the things you want, especially with married. I understand it being a request, but for me personally, I would never ask them to stop smoking for me. Because I wouldn't date them in the first place, but on the other hand, I don't want you to change your lifestyle for me. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. Especially when you get past the age of when you're grown and you make your own decisions. So I wouldn't do that.
Okay. Has anyone ever tried to get you to smoke? Why do you think that is?
I played sports in high school, and my parents are smokers. The people I lived in my house, none of them were smokers. My friends who I played outside with weren't smokers. So I just didn't hang around a lot of people smoking. The kids who did smoke, they knew me, they knew what I was about, so they would do it around me. They know they ever actually smoke, and they look good. That's a no-no for me. So.
Okay. Thank you so much. First, I want to ask you, are you comfortable with being on my YouTube channel?
Yes, I'm totally comfortable. Thank you for inviting me to your YouTube channel.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Are you a cigarette smoker?
No,
No. Okay.
no ma'am, never smoked cigarettes.
Okay. Have you acknowledged the fact that somebody is a smoker when you interact with them?
Yeah, if I'm around somebody who's a smoker, I'm clear that I'm not a smoker. So, for example, I don't let people smoke in my car. I don't let people smoke in my house.
Okay.
So if you're a smoker, long as I don't get none of your secondhand smoke, you good. But you're not gonna come into my space, and I get caught up in your secondhand smoke.
Okay.
So go outside or something like that. But I don't like secondhand smoke.
Oh, okay. I see. So have you dated a smoker before?
Yeah, once, a really long time ago.
Okay.
It's like kissing an ashtray.
Oh, okay. Do you have a so it sounds like you may have a negative outlook on smoking cigarettes.
I don't have a negative outlook on people who smoke cigarettes,
Right.
meaning that, to each his own. I mean, if a person wants to smoke, they have a right to smoke. So long as it don't affect me,
Right.
I don't have a judgment on it at all. You know what I'm saying? So, I think cigarette smoking itself, I don't think it's healthy.
Right.
I think, the negative sides effects of it are not good. So I choose not to do it for me, but I don't have no judgment at all about people who choose to do it for whatever their reasons for doing it is.
Okay. So do you think that money is an issue for people who smoke cigarettes?
No, I mean, I think it's like everything else. I mean, if it's something that's important to you, you figure out how to maintain your habit. You know what I'm saying? If a person is committed to smoking, that means they're committed to doing whatever it takes to get the money to smoke. So I don't got a judgment about that. If that's how they want to spend their money, and they earn their money, they have the right to spend their money how they want to spend their money.
Okay. Is it fair to start dating a smoker and then ask that person to stop smoking?
I don't think so. I mean,
Oh, okay.
I don't think that's fair. Meaning that, I think in dating, the most important part is that people are allowed to be who they are, be themselves. And so if you meet a person and when you met them, they smoked, I think you got to respect that. I don't think there's anything wrong with you, being concerned about the person's health and being concerned about it. But if that's the way they cope and that's the way they deal, and you knew that coming in, I think it's unfair for you to make, you know, be in that relationship in the future contingent on that. Now, if you decide that, well, you know, I don't want to deal with the smoking, the secondhand smoking, and you choose not to be in a relationship for your own purposes, you know, I think that's a right that you have. You just can, you know, say, hey, you know, this don't work for me, and I'm moving on for my reasons, and it has something to do with you smoking. If the person chooses to stop smoking to be with you, that's their choice.
That's the difference. Okay, I like it. Okay. Has anyone ever tried to get you to start smoking?
Oh yeah, I was in the Marine Corps. I was in the Marine Corps, you know, and almost everybody in my unit smoked. So it was a lot of peer pressure to smoke. But you know, I grew up my whole life not smoking. So what I did is you know the big long pretzels.
Yeah.
So I would take the pretzel and I would have it in my mouth like a cigar, and I would, you know, and even to this day I eat pretzels for that reason. You know what I'm saying? It's just a way to not smoke, because you know, peer pressure is mean. You know what I mean? It affects you big time, and so the only way it kept me from smoking is being able to. And then people around me dip tobacco too in the military, so they would dip tobacco and spit it out. So I started dipping sunflower seeds. So I would take a big bunch of sunflower seeds, spit the sunflower seeds. So I use sunflower seeds and pretzels to prevent from taking in tobacco.
Okay. So how did they feel about that? Did they accept it or?
Oh, honest truth is I didn't care how they felt about that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't make a decision about what was going on with me based on how other people felt. You know what I'm saying? So at a certain point in life, you know, my life is about my life is my responsibility. How somebody else feel about that ain't got nothing to do with me. You know, how you feel about my life, I don't know why you even bothering to do that. You should focus on how you feel about your life, since you don't make choices and decisions for me. I don't why think about and feel about what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think about and feel what other people doing, and I don't, you know, expect them to do that for me. I'm responsible for me.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.